You don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind is blowing, and you can see the political winds as some Republicans in Congress feel the need to echo Donald Trump's embrace of foreign collusion.
It depends on who it is and the circumstances and how credible it is. There might be valuable information that comes from one of our allies. If they look at it and it's credible, I think it would be foolish not to take that information.
Here we are. Or take a former CIA director and head of diplomacy for the United States, Mike Pompeo, who basically ducked and then got defensive.
Is accepting Oppo research from a foreign government right or wrong?
Chris, you asked me not to call any of your questions today ridiculous. You came really close right there. President Trump has been very clear. He clarified his remarks later. He made it very clear. Even in his first comments, he said, I'd do both. He said he'd call the FBI.
He said, maybe I'd do both. He said, maybe I'd do both.
President Trump has been very clear that he will always make sure that he gets it right for the American people, and I'm confident he'll do that here as well.
Joining me is a Beat exclusive, Valerie Plame. You may remember she served in the CIA for 2 decades and did a lot of things we don't know about. Then her identity was leaked to the public in the midst of a Bush-era political scandal. She is also, we should mention, running for Congress in New Mexico. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's a delight to be here.
Hey, we're delighted, too. You bring a lot of different experience and, of course, are putting yourself forward as a potential policymaker on this issue. What did you think when you heard the president's first comments and the way this has played out, where, if we want to be as fair as possible, he did try to walk some of it back. But now we're treated to the Sunday show defense by people who presumably, a former CIA director would presumably have some beef with this.
Who should know better? Ari, this is not hard. It is not difficult. I think Mayor Pete put it pretty well when he said, look, it's happened. It's not theoretical. You would call the FBI immediately. The Russians sought to undermine a precious part of our democracy, which is our elections. We still haven't really gotten to the bottom of that, and I really don't, and none of the American people really understand what has Congress done to prepare for the 2020 elections and make sure nothing like this happens again. To hear the Secretary of State Pompeo laugh this off as though, oh, what a foolish, ridiculous question is absolutely horrifying, that he would be so dismissive of this. This goes to the core tenets of who we are as a democracy, that we believe that our elections are secure, and whether it's Russians or anyone else that are seeking to undermine them, we need to feel that every vote is counted and every vote matters and is not manipulated.
A lot of the reaction, understandably, was in the realm of, oh my God, I can't believe he said it. I mean, he literally went from no collusion to pro-collusion. I mean, that is really something. But that's all in the realm of the kind of domestic reaction. Given your work, I wonder what you think of the intelligence aspect of this. Do other governments try to use information warfare and propaganda to mess with us? Does this, in your view, open us up potentially to more of that unnecessarily?
Of course. But let me be clear, when you serve overseas in any capacity, you don't serve as a Republican or as a Democrat, you serve as an American. And to hear Trump continually denigrate FBI and CIA professionals, I think his latest term that he threw out for the FBI were lowlifes. I find this so, it's humiliating to have a president use those sort of terms about professionals in national security. They are working to truly keep us safe every day. I can tell you this, what the Trump administration has said and done and his lack of credibility makes my former colleagues' jobs in the CIA overseas that much harder. It puts them in harm's way, and it just makes our credibility and our relationships with foreign allies that much more difficult to sustain and nurture.
Quick question before I let you go on the candidate front. What issues are you hearing about most out on the trail?
I am running for Congressional District 3, which is the whole upper third of northern New Mexico. It's my home. The things that I hear that worry people the most are access to health care, the whole gamut of women's issues across the board. Of course, opioid epidemic is as bad here as it is across the rest of the country. And we want to know, of course, how do we, New Mexico has a lot of sun and a lot of wind. How do we use that and turn it into renewable resources? So as I travel all over the district, which is actually huge, I listen carefully, but those are the issues that I am hearing most about right now.
A lot of sun and a lot of wind. I like that. It sounds visitable.
It's all good, and there's no reason why we can't be a world leader in these renewable energy issues.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.